Hello, guys. The purpose of this presentation is to help you understand how to do a decision chart. And so, the first decision chart I'm going to show you is about a decision that I've recently needed to think through and make. And this is just to provide an example for you so that you understand how a decision chart is set up. You will actually be doing a decision chart around the question about what's the best energy plan for our planet's future. And so let me show you this question that I have been grappling with recently, whether or not I should get a coronavirus vaccine. And I think lots of folks are dealing with this same question as the technology has come out. And so if you look at the decision chart and the way that it is set up, you see here that it's got three options across the top and three goals labeled A, B, and C down the left hand side. And so let's talk about what these different things are. So a goal is something we want to see accomplished. So goals around getting the vaccine. Options are different paths that I could take. And the way that the decision chart is set up is to have three and three of each. And so I always start with goals, but you wouldn't have to. You could start with options. But here's really what I was thinking personally for goals with the coronavirus vaccine. My first goal is, and this is in no particular order, but I want to prevent a personal corona or COVID infection. My second goal is that I want to prevent an unhealthy reaction to the vaccine itself. You maybe have heard of people having allergic reactions or getting sick for a few days after, and I'm hopeful to prevent that. And then goal C is to help achieve something maybe you've heard of called herd immunity. That's when enough of our population gets vaccinated. Excuse me. I think that's it. Sorry. That's when enough of our population gets vaccinated that the virus doesn't have enough hosts to go to keep spreading, and that way life can get back to normal. So those are my three goals: to prevent a personal COVID infection, prevent an unhealthy reaction to the vaccine itself, and to help achieve herd immunity. Now, you might be thinking, Mrs. Fickus, I don't really see three options for you. Like, I really see two. Like, yes, get the vaccine, or no, don't get it. Well, I actually have thought of a third one that I think is something that lots are considering. So, my first option is to get it as soon as it's available to me. The second option is to get it, but delay it and wait a while and see how others do with it. And if there's any more research about long-term effects. And then option three, of course, is no, don't ever get it. And so now the question becomes, what do we do in these boxes? So these boxes are called outcome boxes. And basically, you're going to be meeting up the options with each goal and evaluating how they do. So let's think this through. If I do option one, get a COVID vaccine, a coronavirus vaccine as soon as I can, will it achieve my goal A of preventing a personal COVID infection? And the answer to that is yes, it will. So check out what I've done. I've done two things. And you'll pattern yours after this about an energy plan. I've put a smiley face in that box. Now, there are three face options: smiley, medium, and sad face. And of course, this would be a smiley face, meaning a yes, because the vaccine is about 90% of effective according to my research, this is not just guessing, it's research based, at preventing a COVID infection. And even if you do get one, it's much less likely to be life threatening. Okay, now let's keep going. If I get the COVID shot as soon as I can, would that prevent an unhealthy reaction to the vaccine itself? Well, absolutely, it would not do that. So, see the sad face? That would put me at risk for a reaction. Now, the next one, we keep following the pattern. Option one, if I get it as soon as I can, will it help achieve herd immunity? And the answer is yes, I'm doing my part to get, I've heard Dr. Fauci say around 80 to 85%. If that percent of the population is vaccinated, the virus will die out, won't have enough hosts to spread. Okay, so now you probably are picking up the pattern. So yes, if I get it, but I wait and see, will it prevent a COVID infection? If I wait and see, will it prevent a reaction to the vaccine, and so on. So I'm just going to show you my finished decision chart now. And you can see the decisions that I made. Notice that this whole row has medium faces because I'll help with herd immunity, but not right away. It's better than not getting a vaccine in terms of preventing COVID infection, but not right away. And then also I might have a reaction, but there'll still be more research. So maybe it's medium there. Now, not ever getting it goes sad, happy, sad. So now it's decision time. The decision is really around these things. Is there an obvious bad option? And the answer is not really, because look at this. There's not a single option that is just full of sad faces, right? So that it would eliminate it if it was, but not a single option has that. So what should I do? And this is something you will need to end up doing too, probably, and that is ranking your goals. So notice in red over in the left, I ranked my goals. My most important goal, and maybe if you were doing the same decision, you wouldn't say that that school is your number one. But my personal first important goal is to prevent a COVID infection. My second goal that I think is the most important to is help to achieve herd immunity. And my third goal is actually to prevent the vaccine itself, to prevent the vaccine reaction. So you guys can see when I ranked this as my first goal and this one as my second goal, now it becomes clear which path I should take. And so the end of the decision chart, you're going to make a decision with a reason and you'll choose an option. So I chose option 1 to get the vaccine as soon as I can. The reason I chose this is it prevents an infection as quickly as possible, which is my number one most important goal. Also, it helps toward herd immunity. Allergic reactions to the vaccine are rare, and I'll take my chances there. So notice again, every single outcome box has a face with a reason, not just a face. And you'll need to do that too from your research. Provide the reason, what went through your mind when you made that decision of what face to put. And then I picked an option. So now let's get to your decision. Your decision is to determine the best energy plan for our planet's future. Now, the goals that you're going to write, this is really important. You remember on the energy resources inquiry, we wondered what people would consider when they were making an energy plan, and you research things. So maybe you research the cost of all the different types of energy resources. Maybe you research the amount of carbon dioxide. Maybe you researched the availability of the energy resource. Maybe you research the safety. So those become your goals. So we want an energy plan that maybe limits carbon dioxide if you research that. We want an energy plan that is reasonably priced. We want an energy plan that is safe. We want an energy plan that is reliable, that will always be there. Those are the things that would be your goals. So you're going to have to open up that doc, your energy resources inquiry, and remember back to the things you researched, and those become your goals. Now, that shouldn't be too tough to write the goals because you've really already done it in a sense. Now, the options, I have specific guidelines for you. Let's check this out. Your option guidelines are this. Your choice bank is from the list from the energy resources inquiry. So you remember how you were copying and pasting those pictures, things like coal, natural gas, solar, hydroelectric, and so on. That's your choice bank. Now, here's the rest of it. You must include a fossil fuel in at least one option. So there were 2 fossil fuels on that list, natural gas and coal. One of those 2 has to be in at least one option, okay? Now, here's the next tricky thing. At least 2 of your options, although it could be all 3, have to be combination plans. So what do I mean about a combination plan? So check this out. This would not be 4 different options. This is one option to combine coal, nuclear, wind, and geothermal as one complete plan. And notice 50% coal plus 20% nuclear, that's 70%, 20% wind, that's 90%, 10% geothermal, ding, 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 that's 100%. They have to add up to 100% to meet 100% of the energy needs. Now, let's check this out. What if you did a plan that was 100% coal? Could you do that? The answer is yes. You would have checked this off and you've included a fossil fuel in at least one option that you're considering. And you would still, though, have to consider the combination plans. So the other 2 options would have to be a combination of at least 2 things. And so remember, the combination plan options have to add up to 100% each. So you can't do like option one, 50% nuclear, option two, 25% coal, option three, 25% wind. None of those are a complete option. Each option has to add to 100%. Okay, so here's the go to it. You're going to write your goals and options. You're going to meet your fingers up, right, and connect and fill in the boxes with the faces. You have to put a reason with your face. And that reason has to be research based. I'm scoring for that from your energy resources inquiry. And then you can't do a decision chart without making a decision. And just like I did on the coronavirus one, you'll probably have to rank your goals in order to help you. Usually there's not one that stands out as being just a perfect option. And then when you do your decision making and say, I'm choosing option number whatever, make sure you put a reason and don't just say, I picked it because it was the best. What made it the best? Okay, go to it.